What is raiding? Raiding is basically stealing other people's stuff from their base. So in my last kind of solo factions episode, I showed you how to make a base. Today we're going to show you how to raid a base. Now raiding is obviously one of the biggest parts of factions as a game mode, and in my opinion it's the best. So you need to know how to raid, right? So this is the perfect video to show you what to do. First thing I'm going to cover is how to find raids. So in almost any instance, you're going to want to do /wild and then pick a zone you want to go to. I'm just going to pick Nebula. And then typically you're going to want to go to, one of these worlds. I typically always go to Nebula, Overworld. Alright, so I usually like going straight towards the border off Wild. If you look at F3, you can see this coordinate is the furthest. So I'm going in the, the Z increasing direction, which is south. But as you can see, if I do F-map, I've already found a base. Like it's right here. And if I roam it, and as you can see, there is certainly something in this base. There are no spawners though. Yeah, there's no spawners in here or anything, so I'm not too sure if it's worth raiding, but nonetheless, that is the first base. But I would just continue going south, going further towards the border. And then once I get there, and bam, I've literally already found another base, which I think I've actually already been here, which is the funny thing. But this is, just here. Look, this is what I do. This is what I do. I just go around the border and I find bases. As you can see, I found this base, I found that base, that base, that base, this base over here. I found everything by just going across the border. But yeah, if you didn't know what I meant, this is the border I'm talking about. It's the furthest you can go in a world. And then basically I just go to the border, I do /F map on to where it updates every chunk I go in. And I just fly, and then I'll check and see who has claims here, who doesn't, blah 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 blah, and then I'll just see if there's a base around. So that is definitely the easiest way to find raids. The only downside of it is you're probably going to find a lot of raids that are already raided or are just really good bases that are hard to breach. A good alternative, however, is doing /wild again. We'll pick Nova this time and just go into the overworld here, and then just flying normally around, making sure you have F map on, and then just flying around, and boom, like another base right there. This looks like a pretty massive claim. If I do /roam outside of it, I wonder, oh, here it is. Here it is. Now let's see. There's people in here. Oh my god. It looks kind of raided, but there are people in here. So that's, that's interesting. Oh my god, I could raid this right now. You just preg right through here and you're in. What's above here? Is this a cactus farm? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, that's just another raid right there. Like it's just that simple. So F map is definitely your best friend. It's going to show you where claims are, where people's, bases are. And that's just going to be the best way to find raids in my opinion. Now there are two other options I want to go over, but they are probably going to be the most difficult to find raids. So they can also be some of the most rewarding raids at the same time. So if I were to go to /wild again, start flying around, I got my F map on and I'm just flying around. I already found another base. It's just that simple. But regardless, I'm gonna check that out because I don't think it's gonna be too good. But regardless, if you just keep flying around, you can always do this. If you have the mini map, that is, you can just go to your mini map and just kind of okay, there we go. I don't know why it wasn't loading or whatever, but you can kind of look around your mini map and look for chests. Now let me real quick. All right, so as you can see, I just put a few chests down, and if you can, if this will load there. As you can see, it looks a little different on my mini map, and you can kind of tell those are chests. But basically, if you were to fly around and come across that on your mini map, it would basically mean that there's a sky base. So that's kind of the best way to do that is just to use mini maps. It's basically the only way you're gonna find sky bases. Most of them will be unclaimed as well, but they're definitely much fewer in common. Now the next thing you can do is basically just do what I've been doing, flying around with your F map on, another base. I found another base over there too. But if you just keep doing this, and then every now and then you just do /roam, you might be able to find a little underground unclaimed vault. Now these are very hard to find. I've personally never found one here, but you never know. You could always find one. It will show up on your roam, maybe this was a vault someone tried to do or whatever. But yeah, you could basically just kind of x-ray almost. All right, so that's basically the ins and outs of how to find raids, and so I'm gonna cover real quick just the best way to raid some simple bases. All right, so I have a few examples here of what you might encounter to raid a base. So basically we have a dry cobble base, we have a dry obsidian base, and then we have a watered obsidian base. So this should pretty much cover everything you need to know. But regardless, if you come across a dry cobble base, a cobblestone, you know, and their loot is just past this, what you can do is take one of these, a creeper spawn egg, a creeper egg, whatever, place it right here, and watch it explode, and bam, you have all the goodies. But yeah, so obviously that's the easiest one. So with this one, if I were to place a creeper egg, you can see it's not gonna blow this up. Oh, and I've messed up my other demonstration. But basically, obsidian can only be blown up by TNT. So what I'm gonna do is just make a very simple TNT cannon. Now this is literally the simplest type of cannon you can make. You know, three dispensers right here. Oh, I broke it. All connected with redstone with a button to activate them, and then a dispenser right here that I will fill with TNT with a lever on top. And then basically I'm just gonna fill these with a couple, and then all you do is just hit the button and then spam this, and then voila, you're in. Now it might have blown up the cannon, but you know, all you got to do is just move it back. Alright, so I've made this, you know, probably a little overboard cannon for this wall, but this is simply to show you the, you know, the purpose of what you need to do in order to get past a watered obsidian wall. So basically what it's going to do is, I'm going to do it over here so it doesn't blow up too much. But regardless, it's going to, it's going to shoot a piece of TNT here. Here, it'll be like this. So there'll be a piece of TNT here, and then a piece of sand like this. And then once this lights, see, okay, well, it was a little laggy there, but you saw basically this sand and TNT goes into one block, and then that makes it to where like the place the obsidian is dry, and then it'll be able to explode it. So basically, if I just fire this, you can see it'll do the job. And voila. Easy as that. And now I know a lot of you are not going to know how to make this type of cannon off the top of your head, so I am going to add the schematic for this cannon in particular in the description, but that is going to require you to have schematica, and if you want to figure out how to do that, you're gonna have to figure out how to do that yourself. But yeah, those are pretty much the 3 ways you're gonna need to raid a base. And now there's a lot of different you know, avenues of this, because this is the most common, like using a cannon. There's a lot of different types of cannons, and basically there should be a video that is literally like uploaded right after this one, that is going to explain every type of cannon you need to know, and it's also going to have a lot of schematics for you to download for each type of cannon. So yeah, in that video as well, I'm going to announce the winners of the giveaway from the first video. And yeah, that'll end up being the last video. I wanted to do like a PvP video instead, but I just don't know PvP that well, so instead I'm gonna do like a little cannon release type of thing. But yeah, go click on that video after this one.